own fault that he couldn't honor grandfather.
Okay, Ned. We get it. AJ's under house arrest.
The judge was so sure he'd jump bail that he wouldn't even let him go to a church.
Because your mother manipulated him.
Oh, amazing. Even when he's wearing an ankle monitor, it's still never Junior's fault.
What would you have done if you heard Brooke Lynn was hurt? Would an ankle monitor have stopped you, Ned?
I would have sent somebody, and then I would have asked the police to take me to the hospital.
You know, what bothers Skye? I mean, Ned's a paragon. He never makes any mistakes.
AJ was just trying to be a father to his son.
I'm sorry, do you guys remember what we're doing here? We're about to bury great-grandfather. Think if Tracy can stop fighting, then so can the rest of us.
Hated seeing you so sad at the funeral today. I know you're already missing your granddad. Thinking of you lots. Love, Starr.
I think we should give Tracy some time alone.
Yeah, you're right. She's grieving.
Well, but she is quiet, and God knows how long that will last. So let's enjoy the peace.
The Lord bless him and keep him. The Lord make his face to shine upon him and be gracious unto him and give him peace. Amen.
I wasn't able to speak at my grandfather's funeral. I'd like to say a few words now. I don't think it's any big surprise that I was a disappointment to grandfather. As his death changes all of us, my own death has changed me. And I promised myself that if I ever came back to my family, that I would become the man that I always should have been. I'm gonna make you proud this time, grandfather. I just wish you were here to see it.
Excuse me, Starr?
Molly, you're Kristina's sister, right?
Yeah, I saw you at the funeral. It was really nice of you to show up for Michael.
Of course. Michael loved his great-granddad, so...
Yeah, he did. Listen, so I hate to bother you, but since you're on your computer anyway, would it be okay if I shared your table? I mean, it's kind of busy, so...
No, of course. Sit down.
Thanks.
Just, what are you working on?
Just a paper for school.
Molly, I'm sorry. I didn't mean
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. I totally overreacted.
No. Seriously, we don't even need to talk about it. We can work on our own stuff. Okay?
Okay. I just finished something.
What?
I just finished a novel. Oh, no, it's my sister. Please don't say anything.
She doesn't know about
no
you,
one does. It's a secret.
Okay. Hey.
Hi.
I see you two have finally met.
We have. Trey, I haven't seen you since you got evicted. Where'd you end up?
Trey's got a great new place. High ceilings, classic architecture. Only downside is he has to share it with some other guys.
What she said.
I knew you would land on your feet. Well, we'll leave you to your internet surfing and my face updates.
It was good seeing you, Starr.
Yeah.
Molly, you wrote a novel?
Yes. Oh, I feel so much better now. Just saying that out loud makes it real, you know?
You know what would make it even more real? If you let me read it.
Hi.
Miss Miller is here to read Mr. Q's will.
Thank you, Alice. I would just like to extend my condolences to the entire family.
You drew up Daddy's will?
Mr. Quartermain had a great deal of respect for my legal expertise.
Why not one of the lawyers from ELQ?
There were concerns about objectivity.
Objectivity. You're AJ's lawyer. That is a blatant conflict of interest.
I drew up this will well before I was retained.
I want a different lawyer. Too bad. Edward wanted Miss Miller. She's going to read the will.
Thank you so much, Monica. And now that that's settled...
Okay, everyone, let's gather around. Have a seat. Well, if you're going to read the damn thing, read it.
I, Edward Lewis Quartermain...
Oh, please, skip the formalities. Just get to the part where Daddy's last wishes for me and his many progenies.
To my
living grandchildren.
Grandchildren? What about his children?
I'm just reading what it says here, Tracy.
Oh, you know what? You're right, Daddy. Always complained about my lack of patience, and even in death, he's keeping me waiting.
You want to read my novel? But, I mean, I only finished it this morning.
So you're obviously excited about it, and you've been alone with it the whole time you've been writing it.
Months.
Why haven't you told anyone?
I don't know, I didn't want everyone asking how it was coming and whether they could read it.
Oh, well, I didn't mean to be one of those.
No, not you. Actually, it's easier to talk to you about it because you don't know me. My family and my friends would just tease me about being a hopeless romantic. But, no, it's too embarrassing.
We barely know each other. Like you said, it would be easier, right?
Yeah, except Michael's really into you. Which means he must be pretty great. Michael's the best, and if he can trust you, maybe I should too.
So is that a yes?
To my living grandchildren. And according to my list, these are Skye Chandler Quartermain.
How does Skye count? She wasn't Alan's biological child.
Alan legally adopted Skye, so she counts. Skye Chandler Quartermain. Jason Morgan.
Jason Morgan is dead.
Jason is missing. His body has not been recovered.
Oh, and so you're going to pretend that he still walks among us so that his widow can inherit what's rightfully mine.
For heaven's sakes, Tracy, Diane is not maneuvering anything so Sam can have Jason's inheritance.
You are so naive.
Moving on. Skye, Jason, Ned Ashton.
What? Ned Ashton? It isn't even the same last name.
Go on.
Dillon Quartermain Hornsby. Any objections? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Right. To my living grandchildren, I bequeath...
What about AJ?
AJ was not alive when Edward drafted this will.
Well, he's obviously alive now.
Edward did say living grandchildren.
You're absolutely right, Monica. AJ is alive. Again. So obviously the law applies to him. To my living grandchildren, I bequeath to each one of you 12% of my shares of ELQ.
But that's 60%.
Once again, arithmetic wins the day. Now, if I may be allowed to continue.
So, I'm left with 40%. They are the major shareholders. How did Daddy do this to me?
Tracy, I haven't even finished reading the will yet. I'm not even close.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sure Daddy has my best interest in mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, family and guests, the caterer would like me to let you know that lunch is now served in the dining room.
Thank you, Alice. Diane, could you move it along, please? We're all feeling a bit peckish.
To my living great-grandchildren.
Great-grandchildren? Seriously?
Maya Ward.
She counts?
Shut up, Tracy.
Lila Ray Alcazar.
Lila Ray?
Up, Tracy.
Michael Corinthos III.
Michael, there is no way that he counts. Sonny is legally his father. Sonny raised him. AJ was never, ever a father to Michael.
Okay.
Molly, what are you doing? I was just getting to the part where Hank was all aloof again after his camping trip with Kristina. Why would you take it away?
Did you just hear my name?
No, you didn't.
What's going on?
I was helping Molly with her biology project.
Really? That's like saying Michael Phelps needs help swimming.
I was a bio major, so I was just giving her my collegiate perspective on her genealogy project, which I loved, by the way. It's brilliant.
Aha. Can I borrow your ketchup?
Oh, yeah, sure. Just keep it.
Thanks.
Oh my God, how close was that? Thank you.
Okay, Molly, what I said about your biology project, I meant about your novel. I love it.
I can assure you that even though Michael was raised by Sonny, he still counts. Right. Brooklyn Ashton, Daniel Edward Morgan.
How much did Jason pay you? You were doing backflips to make sure Sam and that baby inherit.
To my living great-grandchildren, I bequeath each of you 6% of my shares of ELQ.
That's 30%. I'm left with 10%. How could Daddy do this to me?
You really like it?
Yes, I told you. I love it. You have to email me the rest of it.
No kidding?
Molly, your Kristina is so independent and smart and cool, and Hank is... He's so mysterious and hot. And what are you going to do with this?
What do you mean?
Are you going to try to get it published?
Are you kidding? What publisher would even read some zhuzh novel written by a high school student?
For starters, my jejune father.
As for my remaining ELQ shares, I bequeath 5% to my loyal daughter-in-law, Monica.
What? I had to share my 10% with her?
I share my house with you.
And finally, I bequeath 5% to the woman who's been most faithful to me.
Oh, Daddy.
A woman whose loving attention to me made my days since Lila's death bearable. A woman I've cherished all these years for her constancy, her steadfast support, her honesty, and her plain, old-fashioned good sense. Alice Gunderson.
What?
Me? I would just rather have 5 more years with Mr. Q than that 5%.
Daddy left me nothing? Nothing?
He must have left you something. Diane, what about his cash? His material possessions?
You're absolutely right. I forgot. That was just the shares. He was loaded. I'm sure he left me everything else.
All of my cash holdings, my bonds, my portfolio, and all of my material possessions I leave to be divided equally. 50% to Habitat for Humanity.
50% to charity?
It's a worthy charity.
Even you know that, Tracy.
And the other 50% to PBS.
Public Broadcasting System?
I guess Mr. Quartermain preferred Big Bird to Oscar the Grouch.
That's it? You've read the entire will?
I have.
Well, then, I suggest we go and enjoy lunch in Edward's honor, shall we? Coming, Tracy?
Why would you follow and read my novel?
My father is Todd Manning, and he owns The Sun, Crimson, and a bunch of other companies, including a publishing house. I would love to show it to him.
But you haven't even finished it.
Well, if it's as good as the first 50 pages, then I will show it to my dad. You should be proud of it. What do you have to lose?
Well, he's never gonna publish it, but just that you're willing to do this for me. Thank you, Starr. Really, thank you.
Of course.